Rubank Elementary for Clarinet, Lesson 9. In today's lesson we're going to have a look at dotted crotchets or dotted quarter notes. Now when we add a dot to a rhythm, we add half of the original note's value to the original note. So in other words, a quarter note or a crotchet is worth 1 beat. Half of 1 is half, therefore a dotted crotchet or a dotted quarter note is worth 1.5 beats in total. Exercise 1 goes through this with 3 iterations of the same phrase. You will notice that 1A, we have a crotchet, 2 quavers. Then 1B, we have a crotchet, 2 quavers again. However, we've tied the first crotchet to the first quaver, therefore indicating that you need to hold that C for 1.5 beats. Then in exercise 1C, we use the dotted crotchet or the dotted quarter note rather than the tie. So exercise 1 sounds like this. 1, 2, 3. You will notice that 1B and 1C sounded identical. And that's because that's 2 different ways to write a dotted crotchet or a dotted quarter note. Exercise 2. 1, 2, 3. And now exercise 3. 1, 2, 3. Exercise 4. 1, 2, 3. Exercise 5, we have our dotted quarter notes as well as our dotted half notes. Now our dotted half notes, if you remember from previous lessons, or our dotted minim, was worth 3 beats. So you'll notice that in about the 4th bar. The other thing to notice is that we have an anacrusis or an upbeat. Now that means that the first bar actually doesn't have 4 beats in it. So where are the rest of the beats? If you have a look closely at exercise 5, you'll notice that the last bar only has 3 beats. So the 4th beat of that bar is actually at the very start of the piece. Now this means that when I count in, I'm only going to count in 3 beats and then I'm going to play. So for this exercise, I'll give you a bar of 4, a bar of 3, and then we'll start playing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. size 6, we're in 2/4. We're in F major, which means that we have one flat, B flat, in the key signature. And we have our tied half notes to our quarter notes, which means that when we're counting those first 2 bars, we're going to have to go 1, 2, 3, da, da, da. So that is the first 2 bars. Just be careful with the counting, it can get a little bit tricky. And then in our 3rd bar, we have our dotted quarter notes. So let's give this one a go. 1, 2, 1. Now this one may be a little bit trickier than the others because we have those running quavers or those running 8th notes. So if you're struggling with just that part, pull those bars apart and play them really slowly until you feel a bit more comfortable. So let me play this last 6 bars a little bit slower. 1, 2, 1. So don't forget to try that slowly and make sure that you're getting it accurately before worrying about speeding it up.